Hey everybody, you're watching the Lifeline. Some of you are listening to the Lifeline, but it don't matter because I'm just glad you're here. It's Lady Leah, and listen, I got a show today that I've been dreaming about it. I've been thinking about it all day, couldn't hardly sleep because I was so excited about this moment to have this special woman on our show. And guess who she is? I know you can see her, right? This is Miss Carlvena Foster. Can you hear the crowd? I mean, they are. The crowd. Thank you so much. They are going crazy. They are excited. She is here with me. Listen, y'all. I stalked her. I stalked her team, her campaign team. Please, will you allow Miss Carlvena to be on the Lifeline? And you are here today.
Thank you so much. It is a great honor to be here with you, Lady Leah. I'm looking forward to the conversations that we're going to have.
We're going to have some great conversations. Okay. And I was telling her as we were preparing, I said, Miss Carlvena, you are my auntie in my head, okay? I mean, I want to come to the family reunions. I just feel like I am one of your adopted nieces.
And you are.
And I come to your church often, and that is how I first met you. Mm-hmm. Coming to your church and preaching, and I'm going to tell my story in a minute of how I just fell in love with you. But I am so excited about this journey that you are taking in politics. And I needed you to just come and share your story, share what the Lord is doing through you in this season. And we're just going to talk. And everybody sees you. We see your campaign trail. We see what you are doing. But we just want to get to know Carlvena from High Point.
High Point.
And so as we know, you are running for mayor of the city of High Point. We are so excited. So listen. Before we get going, because I just want to talk to you for hours and hours, but I know you have a busy schedule right now, running the campaign trail. But just tell us a little bit about you, because you are interesting.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I tell you, I think I'm just a modest hometown city girl. I was born on the south side of High Point, raised on the south side of High Point.
Yes.
I actually lived there till I was an adult. I was in my 20s before I moved off the south side of High Point.
Wow.
I attended Fairview Elementary, which is still there. So I'm a very proud alum of Fairview Elementary. And I go to church still in the south side of High Point at Calvary Baptist Church.
Yes, you do. So, Pastor Quick.
Pastor Amos L. Quick III. That's right.
And so you are a true High Point
I am
girl.
A true High Pointer. Everything that I've learned, I've learned here.
Yes.
I graduated in 1968 from William Penn High School. My class was actually the last graduating class because that was the last year that school operated. That ended segregation of schools in High Point.
Wow.
So in the fall, they opened T. Wingate Andrews.
Wow.
So it's just history making to be a part of that class, the last class.
All throughout your life.
All throughout my life.
Yes.
I've been here all my life.
Oh my God.
But High Point has been good to me and afforded me many opportunities to be successful.
And it has.
And for that, I'm grateful.
And we are grateful. And I truly believe that you are a trendsetter, not only in the city of High Point, but in the Triad area as a successful African-American woman. And we have watched your journey. But let's just talk about you as, and I know, you are a very humble woman. And so, we're pumping you up and you're like, okay. But you are an influential woman in our community. Mm-hmm. You're a trailblazer. You're one that our generation watches and says, if Miss Carlvena can do it, I can do it.
That's exactly right.
If she can lead in this community, I can do it. So what are your thoughts? And I call them gems, okay? Mm-hmm. Because, as you're talking, you may think you're just saying something simple, but you're dropping gems that our listeners are grabbing and they're running with it. So they can be all that God has called them to be. So what are your thoughts on women taking a more visible and vocal place in this world?
Well, I believe that women just bring a different perspective to every issue and to the table. I am grassroots. It's what I say to my people. I'm grassroots. I'm like everybody else. I live in a little house in a neighborhood that I just love my neighborhood, because all that you are and all that you want to be, you have to have the support and trust of people around you.
You're right.
And that's very
You're
important.
right.
Building relationships is so important.
Yes.
It's not that you have to know everything about everything, because
Right.
you have the capability to learn. You just need to have the passion and the willingness to serve, and anybody can serve. When I say to younger ladies is that if you want to do it, you can do it. I had a strong grandmother that told me early in my life that you can do anything that anybody else can do.
Hello.
And I believe that from the very beginning. So
Yes.
every time I wanted to do something, she was there to encourage me to do it.
Yes. And Miss Carlvena, I feel like you live your life with no limits. I mean, because when you running for mayor, that's no limits.
No
Do you
limits.
hear me? It's like you dream big, and you know that what is in you is something that our community needs.
Right.
And so many of us, especially in my generation, we do tend to place ourselves in a box, and we say, you know what, I can be used, but only in this little space. When did the light bulb come on and you said, wait a minute, hold up, I'm gonna help make a change in this community. I'm gonna step out and do something that has never been done, but I know you're a unicorn, because we don't see many of us stepping into this role and trying to take this type of lead. So when did you say, were you in the shower? I mean, when you're at church and the Lord just, where were you? You said, I'm going to do this.
Well, I mean, actually, I've just been working in my community.
Yeah.
And on Washington Drive. I used to run this little nonprofit organization called the Washington Drive Resource and Enrichment Center.
Okay.
And listening to people on the street saying what their needs were.
Yes.
It just started this little wheel going in my head is, how can I address these needs in my community? What can I do to help my people? So pretty much, I stepped out on faith.
Yes.
Believing that things are going to happen the way that they're supposed to happen. It may not be the way that I want it to happen, but it's going to work out exactly like it's supposed to. And if you do the right thing because you know it's the right thing to do, it always works out. It always works out. So I have developed...
Wait a minute. You preach. You just said a whole sermon right there, Miss Carlvena. If you do the right thing because you know it's the right thing, everything's going to work out.
Everything works out.
It's simple, but it's powerful.
Everything works out.
Yes.
It does. So I've just developed a sense of no does not hurt my feelings, and you have not because you ask not. I will ask anybody for anything that I think I need for my community.
Wow.
And I will keep asking until somebody says yes, because somebody's going to say yes eventually.
Oh my Lord. No does not upset me.
Me does not hurt my feelings at all.
No, you just bless me, because let me tell you, sometimes I hear no and I'm like, man. It's like it lets the air out of you. But you say, I'm going to keep asking, because somebody is going to say yes.
And when you stand before people and look them in their eyes and ask them for something that you know is real, and it's hard for them to tell you no. It's hard for them to tell you no.
Amen. And so, you just said something that lets us know your heart and the purity that is in your heart for your people. And so let's talk about some of the improvements that have been going on in and around your old neighborhood, and kind of how you have lended your hand to that process, because you love your neighborhood.
I love my
Now
neighborhood.
I knew that. I'm getting that in this few minutes. You love your neighborhood.
Love my neighborhood.
So what's been going on? Because this is some exciting things that have been going on in your old neighborhood.
It's very exciting things that are going on in that neighborhood. A lot of revitalization, but there's still a lot of work to be done over there as well.
Yeah.
When you look at Fairview Elementary School, from when I was there many years ago to where it is now.
Yes, ma'am.
The education realm is just different. So Fairview has had a couple of hiccups.
Okay.
Low performance. But the community has rallied around that school. And I was fortunate to be a part of that rallying. You know, I visit Fairview. I'm there as a guest speaker. I volunteer there. But when you can rally the troops around an issue in your neighborhood, even when the state was looking at taking the school over, they called me and they said, hey, we know you're not on the Board of Education anymore, but we see you as kind of the mother of the community over there. So we want to sit down with you to get your take on what we need to do to get this worked out.
Wow.
So that was powerful to me.
That was amazing.
That
was amazing. When you know, and sometimes when I'm preaching, I say when the assignment is for you, you don't have to go to it; it'll come to you. And it came to you.
It came to me.
They said, we need your help. And you know, everybody's ministry is not within the four walls of the church. Right. Everybody's assignment is not within the four walls of the church. There's some of us who are going to have to step out and help our communities one person at a time.
Right.
And that's what you're doing.
Exactly. And I've just found that when you help that one person, they tell somebody else. And they tell somebody else. And it just keeps on going. It just keeps on going.
Yeah.
And then it just makes me want to help that many more people in any way that I can.
Yes. And that is what your whole life is about. You are definitely leaving a legacy. A great legacy. And just to watch you is encouraging to all of us. And so I really want to just like dive in some more. And so now, okay, let me stop here. You are a member of Delta Sigma Theta.
Yes.
That's like a major leadership role that you have taken on. And I love the Deltas. They are amazing. And so you were once the president.
Yes, I have been actually the president of our local chapter for 3 times.
Where the Deltas at? We want to hear you. Where y'all at? Okay, so tell us a little bit about how leading those powerful women, you know, prepared you for what you're walking in now, what you get ready to walk in.
Well, leadership, of course, in a sorority is different than leadership in general. Because you're working with a lot of powerful, educated women.
Okay.
So
that ain't easy, is it, Miss Carlvena?
The focus of our sorority is public service as well. So that's one of our components. But when you're leading women, you just empower them to take the lead. And you only sit back and facilitate to be sure that things are going according to your national standards.
Now that's good.
Right. I actually hold a position on the regional leadership team in Delta Sigma Theta that I'm just really excited about. I'm the North Carolina chair for strategic planning. And that was an appointment by our regional director. So I have just been so excited about that opportunity to serve Delta on a greater scope.
Yes. And you know, it's those organizations like Delta Sigma Theta that gives you that drive to want to serve your community.
It does.
And you know, it's easy to serve, you know, say, hey, I'm going to go to the Y, I'm going to volunteer here, I'm going to volunteer there. But taking on this role for mayor, I mean, we're at the top of the ladder here. This is it. This is the big one. This is the mothership, you know. And so it takes a team of people who believe in your vision. And just watching this process, there are so many people that are surrounding you and joining the movement Because I think this is more than just a campaign. I really think it's a movement.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And the key to everything to be successful is
Yes,
building
ma'am.
relationships. Building relationships from the top to the bottom, from the east to the west, from the north to the south. You have to be inclusive of everyone, and you have to be a good listener to listen, to see what's very important to people and figure out your strategy for addressing and meeting the needs of the people that you serve.
That's good.
It's never about you, it's about the people.
Ooh, it's not about you.
It's never about you. It's never about me.
Yeah. Gosh. And I just think about how when God gives us a big assignment, the first thing we say, I can't. Oh, I'm not ready, but it's not about you.
It's not.
Yeah.
And I've learned to accept that. I was on the Board of Education for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I got elected to the Board of Commissioners. And what I said then was that God has just enlarged my territory, given me more to do and more people to serve in a different capacity. And that's how I see this mayor's race.
Yes.
Before I even decided to throw my name in the hat,
yes,
I did sort of a learning and listening and talking tour. I talked to people all over this city to see how they felt about me leading this city as mayor.
Yes.
And the response was just so overwhelming that yes, you should do it. From the majority community to the minority community.
Wow.
The support has been phenomenal.
And does it make your heart glad to say, wow,
yeah,
what I do doesn't go unnoticed?
That's right. It's kind of mind-boggling though, to think that many people believe in what you do.
Okay.
When you just feel like what you're doing is what you're supposed to do.
Yes. What you're doing is what you're supposed to do. It is a part of your destiny.
Yes.
And it's something that God is going to use to change generations after you for years and years to come. And so when I put my shirt on this morning, I was like, I feel like, I'm a part of the movement with Miss Carlvena, and I'm just proud to say I know you. I'm proud to say that there is a woman in our city who is taking a stand and fearlessly and relentlessly going after what she believes in. And so it has been a blessing. And so clap for Miss Carlvena. And so we're going to talk about how your journey started in politics, and then we're going to take a quick break and get into some other stuff. Okay. So how did the journey start?
Well, there was a group that met on a regular basis in High Point.
Okay.
And the group kind of came to me and said, hey, we think that you would be good to serve on city council.
Wow.
And that was in 2008.
Wow.
So I had to kind of contemplate that because I work for a nonprofit in High Point. And I said, I get a lot of funding from High Point, and serving on city council, I don't want to jeopardize any funding that I get.
Yeah.
So I gave it a little bit more thought, and I said, you know what? I have such a passion for serving youth that maybe I would be willing to serve on the Board of Education.
Yes.
So I ran, and I was elected to the Board of Education in 2008.
Wow.
And thoroughly enjoyed my service
serving there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, when you ran and then you won, was it like, whoa?
It was like, whoa.
Like, okay.
Because you're kind of hesitant when you're going into a new arena.
When you first step out.
And politics is just so controversial. You're just like, who's going to run against me? What will the general public think about me? What do they genuinely think about me? Will I have the support that I need? And I did. I did. So, I just stepped out on that faith.
Yes.
And just like now, this mayor's race, I said, if it's for me, it will be mine. I just totally believe that.
It will be yours.
It will be mine.
And so just give, I have so many ladies that are in that millennial generation, us wild girls in that 25 to 35 bracket. Give us just a nugget of advice if we want to step out into politics or step out into something that's big and fulfill a big dream, give us just a nugget that you use to get you where you are.
Yeah.
I know you said you stepped out on faith.
I stepped out on faith. That's right. But I believe that anything that you want to, it's just like going to a new job. You don't know everything that you need to know when you go into a new job, but there's always training. And I believe I'm a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
I believe that you learn something every single day. My first political position on the Board of Education was a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
So many statutes, you're impacting so many schools, so many lives for families here.
Yeah.
The learning, all that you had to learn was just
overwhelming. Okay, yeah.
But you take your time and you ask questions and you listen.
Yeah.
And it all comes to you. So after that first stint, I'm just like, anything that I step in is going to be a learning curve.
You got to take time to learn.
As long as you are willing to take the time to learn what you need to learn to be effective, then you will be successful.
You will be successful.
Yes.
Take the time to learn, because we don't know it all.
We don't know it all. And you would never know it all.
Right.
But you learn what you need to learn to be successful.
That is a nugget. That is a nugget. And we are going to take that and run with it. I'm not done. I just want to hold you like all day. Okay, so we're just going to talk a little bit more, but let's just take a quick break.